Alright, so I just got finished watching the 2.2 special program for Honkai Star Rail, and they gave us our first look for Robin and Boothill. I wanted to talk about whether or not you should save or pull for them to start. We have Robin, which is the Harmony physical character. She has a technique which casts an aura around herself, causing enemies to follow her without attacking. I'm not sure what use that would have in the game. But when you enter battle with the aura on, she'll gain additional energy regen, which is always good, doesn't hurt. Her skill enhances total damage inflicted by the whole team. It looks like it takes 3 turns. I'm assuming 3 of her turns. You can see the nodes on her portrait. It gets recharged every time she uses her skill. So she's really SP positive, which is good. Her talent, she regenerates energy whenever her allies attack enemies. And her ultimate puts her into a performative state, which causes a 100% action forward for the whole team, plus additional buffs, but they never specified what buffs she'll give yet. And on top of all that, she inflicts additional damage on each ally attack, and she's immune to crowd control. So I can see her being really good with a follow-up team, which has like Aventurine, Topaz, Dr. Ratio, right? Every time they attack or follow-up attack, she'll probably regenerate energy, and during the ultimate, she'll do even more damage. So she's perfect for a follow-up team. If you have a follow-up team or you're building one, you should have her, for sure. If you're a beginner, I suggest you pull. She's really good. She doesn't just work with follow-up teams. She'd be good with any team, honestly. 100% action forward. SP positive skill, enhancing damage for the whole team, right? Seems like she would be pretty easy to build. You probably don't even need a energy rope on her. So you could probably make her pretty tanky. But also maybe an energy rope would also be nice. So depending on how long her ultimate lasts, we'll probably have to wait until they give us the full kit and the modifiers and the numbers before we can decide whether the energy rope is a better fit or not, or make her tanky or not. It sounds like she's gonna be like a better Ting Yun when Ting Yun has Dance Dance Dance. And you know how often Ting Yun gets hit. So she'll probably get hit a lot. So beginners should definitely pull for her. Especially since if you don't have a really good support like Bronya or Sparkle, right? Mid-level players, I would determine mid-level players as like they have maybe one full team of 5 stars built, or like one team and like a 4-star support just slotted in there. And if that's the case, then I think you should pull for this team as well. Pull for Robin as well. Veterans, I denote as having at least two teams that they could use to easily clear MOC and Pure Fiction. For example, I myself have 2 teams. One is a dot team with Kafka, Black Swan, Rame, and Huahua. And then I also have a Acheron team that I'm focused on building. And the only other 5 stars I have on that team is Aventurine, because I didn't have any other 5-star supports that would do a good job. And with my 2 teams, I'm only focusing on these 2 teams only, because I think Star Rail is a team. It's obviously a team-focused game, but the characters are built in a way where they are able to synergize well and better with particular teammates, right? So you have your dot team with Kafka. You'll probably have an Acheron team at some point with something. We don't know yet. I don't know. You have your follow-up team with Topaz, and now with Robin. So she's perfect fit for a follow-up team if you're building one. But for veterans, if you want her, I'm assuming veterans already have like other 5-star supports like Sparkle or Bronya that can action forward. But if not, then you know she's a really good fit. So I'm probably gonna skip her myself. I'm not. She's so cool though. Songs she sings, but you know what? I'm just gonna listen on Spotify whenever they release the album. I'll just listen to her on there. So yeah, I'm not gonna pull for her. Boothill looks cool as hell. He is a dope looking character. I am not pulling him. He is a physical hunt character focused solely on single target damage. Right, that's his whole thing. His skill, he targets someone and he taunts them into a duel. So whenever they do damage to each other, they do increased damage to each other, right? And after he uses his skill, his basic attack becomes an enhanced attack. Next, his talent. If his target is defeated or he breaks their toughness bar, Boothill gains a stackable enhance. So probably a buff to damage, probably. And you'll see it on his portrait. It has like another 3 nodes, right? And it charges every time he defeats someone or breaks their shield or toughness. And his ultimate inflicts physical weakness on the enemy. So think Silver Wolf, but you don't need Silver Wolf. And his is instantly physical weakness, right? It deals a bit of damage, probably a lot of damage. I don't know. They didn't give the modifiers yet. And it also delays the target's action. His technique inflicts physical weakness on the first enemy he uses his skill on after entering combat. So if you use your technique, you don't need to wait for the ultimate to be able to inflict physical weakness on an enemy if they don't have physical weakness ready. It's not bad. Not bad. But single target is still not necessary or required yet. And I say yet because we're still waiting on more information on the new endgame, Apocalyptic Shadow, which is a boss crawl, right? You fight bosses who have been enhanced. And I'm assuming it's like the regular one-on-one boss fights like Colia, a weird the meme from the recent story, right? So I could see him potentially doing very well in that kind of setup, unless the enemy is like Yang Qing and he summons his swords, right? And then that'll be a problem. But so maybe they're probably trying to make a end game that's good for single targets. Which makes sense because MOC and Pure Fiction really benefit from multi-attacks or AoE. So should beginners pull for him? I do not recommend him for beginners if they don't have a good DPS already on their roster. I would recommend Acheron, Jing Liu, Danny Hang, any of those guys better than Boothill. Because you still got to do MOC and Pure Fiction, and Boothill won't cut it. He won't cut it. Mid-level players, it depends on who their current DPS is. If you already have a good DPS, then sure, you could grab him if you want. You really like his design and his character. Veterans, sure. Veterans already know what they're about, so they don't really need me to tell them what to pull or not. There is a really good chance that the new endgame will benefit from Boothill. But I am also skipping this character. I don't need him yet. So my current philosophy is to build one team at a time with all the characters that they're just gonna eventually add to a specific DPS, right? Kafka, Black Swan, Roame, Huahua, dot team. Perfect. They could run any content, no problem. And now I'm waiting for the Acheron team. Acheron and whatever 3-5 stars they're going to release in the future, which we don't know. We don't know. But they will. They're going to. Like how they just finished the follow-up team with Aventurine, Robin, Topaz, Dr. Ratio. So next will be Acheron. we just gotta wait. So I'm just gonna wait. These two characters, they look cool. Robin's music is so good. And Boothill, he looks so cool. But I don't need him. I don't need him. Maybe after I finish Acheron's team, I'll build up a follow-up team. I don't know. I don't know. Depends on what they release in the future. But we'll see. Jade looks cool though, huh? Wonder what she's about. Quantum Erudition. We'll see. Well, thanks for watching. Subscribe, like, watch my other videos. I'll probably make more content. I don't have much Star Rail content to make right now. I'm waiting for the next patch. And that's it. Thanks. Bye.
This is to show you.
All that I am. To trace the primal light. Let the clouds heal me of the stains, till they wipe the sorrow of my life. I dream. Mend your pace, sway to the beat. Hands up, embrace who you wanna be. Join my dream, it's just the right time.